Ryan Tagnelia, and he's a criminal attorney in San Diego, California, and he's agreed to answer some online questions related to weapons violations. With that said, let's get into the first question. This question was, when it comes to weapons charges, what's the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony?
Well, essentially, as far as just possessing the weapon itself, the difference between felonious weapons possession and misdemeanor weapons possession is going to fall down to two things: what kind of weapon is it, and what is the criminal background of the person that possessed it. So, just one brief example of a felonious one is it is illegal in California to be a felon and be in possession of a firearm. So the firearm could be otherwise perfectly legal, registered and legally purchased, and none of the illegal features we hear about in the news. But if the person has a felony conviction, even from 20 years ago, they're still not allowed to have it. So that'd be an example of a felony. Misdemeanor weapons possession usually involves a prohibited type of weapon that just no one is allowed to have, like say a sap or a blackjack, or like a switchblade knife, things like that. So if the weapon itself is illegal, then it's likely a misdemeanor. If it's based off of, well, that's actually, then we also have assault weapons, so that's different. But generally speaking, with firearms being their own category, if the weapon itself is illegal, it's probably a misdemeanor. And if it's a felony, then it's probably based on the background of the person, with, again, the exception of firearms. Those are just their own animal.
Okay. Next question was, if the gun is in my car, why can I be charged with carrying a concealed firearm if I was really not carrying it?
Well, because in legal terms, the entire car is considered under your dominion and control. So carrying a concealed weapon includes where it cannot be seen, but can be accessed by you, even if it's not directly on your person. So California has very strict laws on where guns are allowed to be carried in the car, whether or not they're allowed to be loaded, and how they have to be secured. Is there a difference between it being in the trunk of the car versus being in the glove box? And what if it's not concealed, but it's on my hip? All sorts of things. Most firearms most firearms dealers will have pamphlets with guides on what's illegal versus what's legal. If you find yourself engaging in moving a firearm a lot, then you may want to take some time, sit down with a lawyer for a few minutes and get the real specifics on it. Depends a lot on the type of gun, why you're transporting it, what licensing you have. It gets really complicated when it comes to firearms in California. Okay, and the final question we had is, why is a common knife considered a deadly weapon, as in the same category as a gun? It's not. Guns are treated just as their own separate their own separate thing, and they have their own statutes that performing the same action with a gun and without will result in massively higher potential consequences if a firearm is used than if a gun is not. And regular run-of-the-mill knives are not illegal. Regular run-of-the-mill fixed blade knives are not illegal in California. If it's gravity loaded or spring loaded or something like that, then it is. But otherwise, there's nothing illegal about just a regular fixed blade knife.
All right, excellent. If you have any other questions for Ryan, just post them in the comments section below.
All right, thanks a lot. Like I said, when it comes to weapons, they're very fact specific. So, don't hesitate to take an attorney up on that free consultation they offer. Give them the specific facts of your case and see if they can help you. We'd be more than happy to do that. Our number here is 619-577-0868.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.